Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm very excited. I'm at Malissa's place. We're visiting Enzo today. And I told you in a previous vlog that I have actually managed to get Tristan Tucker to come down here and give me a lesson with Enzo. We have loads to cover. I'm going to be taking over the reins very shortly. But before Tristan's here, let's go say hi to Malissa, and I want to see Enzo and his progress and how much he's grown. Hi!
Matt, good seeing you again.
Yes, good seeing you too.
We're reaching the end of our project.
I know. I was texting Malissa the other day and I said, this is so sad. Like, what excuse do I have to see you now once this is all over?
I will dream up
We will find something. We'll find something else. Yeah, and I texted you already, of course. I said, listen, I was able to get Tristan to come down here and give me a lesson. Obviously, I'm taking over the reins of everything you've done, and you've done such an incredible job. And I just want to make sure that I can do what's good. And we have a pretty big situation for Enzo that's going to be happening, and that's the separation of him and his mother, which can be quite a tricky period.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've had experience with this already,
Yeah.
but I wanted to get some feedback and some help of how we can manage that better, because I want it to be a pleasant experience, and when he comes into my hands, I want to initiate the partnership straight away really well. And I want to be seen as like a safe space and somewhere that he can trust me, and not like this source of anxiety that I've ripped him from his mother. Everyone's been asking for a Foal update. Yeah. Enzo and actually the others, they're all like, how are they all getting on? How are they growing up? So should we pop our heads in and say hello? Because he's already looking at me.
He's already looking at you. But he recognizes your voice, I guess. You've been here so often.
This very large, very big foal. Hey, buddy. Hey, mama. So he's just kind of gone huge. And we were texting about this because you and I have been trying to figure out, okay, how big is he going to get?
Yeah.
Because at this point, you can start to make some estimates based on measurements.
Yeah.
And we're thinking 168, 170.
Well, even more. Yeah, 170, I think he'll make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be a big boy.
Wonderful.
So he would be bigger than his father, actually, because Emporio was around 168. So that would be quite a good thing. That wouldn't.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And you're being cheeky, huh? And he's the fourth foal out of this mare, and the mares, often the first foals they give are smaller, and then they become bigger. If you see him standing next to his mom outside, he's really almost 80% of her height.
He's really coming.
Yeah.
He's really, really coming. But I can see that the others, well, I think one of them are having a little nap over here, so maybe we can gently... Oh, yeah.
They're being so relaxed that even with also the spotlights on...
They're out cold. They're completely out cold.
Yeah, that one is completely out cold. And the mom is quite okay, I think.
Sorry to disturb you guys. Hey.
Hi, Mommy.
Oh,
Are you so relaxed that you don't care with all the people around you?
She's like, this mom duties is heavy business. She's like, I'm exhausted. And Enzo's trying to eat the camera. Very good. So I can see I've got one that's a bit cheekier than the
Yeah, but stallions are often slightly, just a bit bitey.
Yeah,
and I always think it's a bit difficult what to do about it, because you would want to tell them no.
Yes.
But on the other hand, it's
we can
part
ask
of their...
Tristan. I wonder what Tristan will say about that, actually.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Are we boring you? Well, actually, speaking of Tristan, he had texted me that he was just about to be here, so maybe we peek out and we have a look if he's already come round. Ah, there he is. Oh, the dog's popped in his car. Oh, dear.
Okay.
You're already trying to steal the dog.
Hi.
We train the horses,
guys.
not the dogs. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That was a perfect greeting.
Good meeting you. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Nice to see
Nice
you.
to see you, yeah.
A beautiful place here.
Thank you.
Beautiful drive down.
Yeah.
In this fresh Dutch weather.
Yeah, and we're lucky till now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good having you.
I'm looking forward. I don't know what's happening, but...
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited I somehow was able to rope everybody into this situation. But I told you a little bit that I have a foal that I did with Malissa out of Emporio, my own stallion. Yeah. And then I'm going to be taking over the reins very soon. I came to you once already with my black stallion, and I would like to avoid the same scenario, because with my black stallion, he wasn't handled basically until he was 3. Yeah. And then people went, okay, you're going to be sold now, and then kind of handed me the reins. Yeah. Yeah. And he just didn't know anything. And you've done so much good kind of groundwork in the very beginning, kind of from when they touch the ground, you're helping and they're getting to know you and the partnership begins. But of course, I have to take over the reins now, so I need some tools for when he comes home. And of course, the big first challenge will be the separation from the mother and the weaning process. Yeah. Okay. And I'm quite worried about that.
So am I.
I don't want him, I just don't want him to see me as like, okay, you're the stressful person that's ripped me from my mother. Because the first few days, I think, will be more tough when he has to find independence and he's all of a sudden at a new place and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I just wanted to get your opinion and see a little bit how we're going to do this and your insights.
It's a very important process.
Yes.
It's one people don't think about enough, I think. I always go to the mare first, because if I'm going to work in and around with the foal in the space, I don't want to be containing, restraining the mare. I don't separate them in the beginning. I want this first to be the conversation. If I'm going to teach him skills of how to become slowly less independent of his mother, I have to also be okay with her.
Yeah.
So we work a little bit together. And from the beginning, I used to do also a lot with the mare, because when I start to work with the foal, I'm going to be doing things, and I don't want the mare to become insecure. But already I feel from her that it's an experienced mare. She's very settled in everything, so I don't need to do a lot. She's going on with doing her thing, so it's not that she's searching for information from me, so I don't do any more with that. And then from the foal, I'm just assessing how their interaction is. So he's used to a lot of things, so he's comfortable. He's not always aware of where he is. You see in the beginning, he's just backing, pushing into me. So in the beginning, I give him an understanding of what a polite way to approach is. So if I'm coming into a space, I just let him know that here is my energy. Not that I try to make him afraid, but he's aware of where I am in the space, and not that I walk and I start to get a confident foal drawing over me. Mm-hmm. My process when I start with the foals, depending on the sensitivity of course, is balancing this process, and then I actually go into him understanding how he feels in the body from touch, not getting used to touch, but how does he feel here? So the tuning into himself, he gets used to checking in, so I feel the sensitive part on this side, and then I look for how the body responds. So if he takes the tension here towards his body, I do nothing. So he starts to be able to focus on how does my body feel, and that I have the ability to control that. It's not determined by what he does, it's determined by me being able to feel the body and relax the body. Oh, then I'm okay. So he learns right away that the physical action he takes is going to determine how he feels. So he's not being controlled by the environment around him, but he's being controlled by the knowledge he has of how to manage himself. On a more nervous one, I wouldn't put a halter on so quickly. I wouldn't go over and hold the head, because I want him to feel, oh, following myself. And when you have a foal that's overconfident, he's following himself in a getting over the top of you, pushing into you.
You're trying to achieve that he respects your space.
He has an awareness.
Yeah.
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 How do I politely conduct myself within this conversation?
Yeah.
I don't want him to respect me that he feels he has to be away from me. So respect as in, I'm going to tell him where to be, don't be close to me, because I don't want to send him that message either. You know, it's like you want to go and talk to someone, and then you say, hey, please don't come near me. And then you're like, oh, all right, let's never talk again then. So it's, how do you have a conversation in a polite way? How do you understand how to manage and be in control of yourself so you can present yourself in a polite way? And it might sound sort of, okay, shouldn't he be like in high school before he learns all that? But for the horses, he's doing it right away. When another foal is born at the same time, he's testing already that relationship.
Definitely,
yeah. How do I react with him? How do I interact with him? And those are the bits that are important. And then depending on how the foal is, if it's really forward, I will already start to move the front legs, but he's already starting to shift his weight a little bit more back. And I teach them to be able to follow their feet, not so much the rein in the beginning. When they're following their feet, then they will always follow the rein. If the feet are stopping, then they are stopping. And I'm just wanting to be able to take a step to the side to be able to open up the front. So the first step I take is always sideways, never forwards with the foals. So can I open the rein, and is he able to make this step here, following the rein? And when he learns this from the beginning, this is also going to be what you're going to ask when you get on and ride the first time.
Yeah.
Open the rein. True. How do I follow the rein? We're not going to be pulling them forwards when we get on and ride the first time. So if you can already associate all of these things in the beginning, then it makes more sense as they go along. Then I start to be able to ask them to move in a diagonal pair pattern. So how do we take a forward step? How do we join left hind into right front? He's good at pushing me out of the way, so he can push Mum a little bit as well. There's the step there. Boy, he's done hard work, so he needs to drink again. And then same on the other side. So I'm taking very little connection, and I'm saying to him, can you relax here? Because the optimal way of moving is relaxation, flexion, open the front leg, which we just did, and then ask for the forward step from behind. And most of the time, they're holding a level of tension in the flank already. So if we let them be a horse for the first 3 years, and depending on the undulation of the ground, if they have hills or flat ground, or that's actually determining the functional movement or the dysfunctional movement.
Okay.
So here we can already see that there's a disconnect, and we're looking that left hind, right front, go together in this shape. And already he will start to make a shape for the carrying posture. And you build a really strong bridge already through the connection of the back. So which part of the body is connecting and having a conversation with the other part. For the PREs, this is really important because actually their internal energy is naturally up and down and not forward and back. And so you don't get a lot of transfer of energy across the midline, across the connecting piece. And so you get a bit here and a bit here and a bit here and a bit here, and this is why in the beginning they're moving a little bit. But if you already do this now, it will change the way he moves in the field, the way he moves in the stable. So he'll already be working on an optimal self-development pattern that will help him later on. And then I see here already what happens. So you see the mare goes away.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
yeah, that's true.
What's Mum doing? Where's the concern?
Yeah.
So I let him go there. This would not be a good time to say, hey, you have to stay here because we're not doing that anymore. You have to be away from your mum.
Yeah.
So I go with him in the conversation. So this is a moment where I can redirect. We're going to go this way.
Because now if you were to say, no, stay with me, you're creating the tension.
Yeah, just to fight.
Yeah.
But also a sign of being insecure. I've got to go and suckle on Mum in this new space.
Yeah.
Know where she is.
Has it ever happened that you've done that and they kick out? Like on a foal that's maybe less...
Yeah, I test. That's why I do the work in the stable first.
Yeah.
You have to know a little bit how the character is before you start poking around.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting a kick. That's why it's important to include the mums in the process, be sympathetic to that part of what they've been through. And that becomes also a bit of a natural cycle for them. They also understand what we're trying to teach the foals in order for them to be independent. And
yes.
And then you'll find when you go through that process, the mares are not so much screaming.
Yeah.
That also helps.
Yeah, that's
true. If Mum's screaming for you, then...
When they're calm,
yeah,
then by default the foal is calm.
Yeah. So now he's comfortable in the surrounding, more interacting with me. So now I can start to go through the pattern we just did, which is perfect. Behind and across with the front leg.
Yeah.
I go a little bit this way, and then I see if I can redirect through the him being comfortable within his own body. Behind and across. Yes. Behind, across, behind, across. Hey, that was a good step. Feel the points here again. What's happening here? Are you conducting yourself well? Is this good manners and behavior? Yes. So tension or biting comes from some tension in there. So I just feel that point of the body. Shoulder again, good. Then I can start to turn the hind leg here. And all these little trainings means he's focusing him on himself. The trainings means that he's becoming independent.
Yeah.
And now also when I'm working, I'm starting to disconnect from her.
Yes.
So and say, yeah, we're here in our own little space here, and he'll spend a few minutes not thinking about mum.
Yeah, shift the focus.
Yeah, exactly. And then after a while, you'll find that they stay longer and longer. You'll get less of this.
Yes.
Where he's wanting to get back, he does a few little steps and he's like, hang on a minute. Good. And the idea is not to keep him longer and longer away from mum, but let him engage with himself, find a connection within in himself, that he can stay longer focused on himself, that he doesn't need mum. And then it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2-3 times a day on this pattern. Until those things come fairly automated, and you see that the session gets longer and longer because he's able to stay focused longer, stay engaged longer. Same here. So connecting to the feet. So teaching him to open the front legs here. This is very good. He makes contact. Oh, and with him, I don't take it away straight away because you see how much draw that already gives on him.
Yeah.
So he makes the contact and then it stays here. So he says first, oh, hang on, I'm going to approach a little bit more calmly. And then if we start to go through the same points, so behind the shoulder, in the flank. Yeah, he breathes out good. On the butt. If he moves, I guide him into this pattern that we've already taught him, diagonal pair. So if you're unsure about something, don't lose connection with your body because that'll make you insecure. If you're unsure about something, think about connecting in your body. Make this shape, reconnect with yourself to be confident. So again, it's not about standing there and getting him used to it for 20 minutes, that he's had a nice dinner date with the bag stick and he's not afraid of the bag stick anymore. And then as soon as he goes out and he sees something in the real life that's not the bag stick, then he's really afraid.
Yeah.
It's directly related to what he's doing in the body, directly related to himself, the good self-management, which is no different than the older horses, but it's just smaller sessions. And so to answer your question, Malissa, of the signs of knowing whether he's becoming more independent is just his length and level of engagement in the exercise. And if we start to manage the feet a little bit, and we can start to ask him to redirect and move away towards something, and he stays a long time, you know, this session might turn into her being in the round pen, or me coming in here, do a little bit, and then I say, oh, we're just going to go together and do a little bit of this session also in the round pen.
Yeah.
And then when I let him free, what does he do? He's like, oh shit, I didn't realize I was by myself here all of the time. And he runs back to mum. Or, you know, after 3-4 sessions, he's like, where are you going?
Yeah.
You know, you walk out the other side and he's like looking for you and he's forgotten mum's there at all.
I guess it's kind of like you're presenting them all these fun puzzles. It's like playing with them as well. And probably the fixing the puzzle makes them feel good too. And then they're kind of looking for the next puzzle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they see you as someone of great value. Like, he's taught me life skills. Like, he's the mentor I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
Because he has the knowledge to know what to do in this human environment.
Yeah. Because I guess to its core, right now is mum makes me feel good, but the reassociation is Tristan or whoever that person is makes me also feel good.
Yeah. So
and I guess that's what I want to achieve when I bring him home is he goes, oh, this is a person that also can lead me and I can learn from and that can make me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And then actually the only job or the only wish a horse could ever have is to find themselves a good human.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then a little bit of noise. So here I'm also conscious of the mare. So I make connection with her. And I'm looking that he creates this shape in the body. There's a step. So he's presented with something that could be in the field, that could be another horse whinnying, that could be, and we want to teach him how to tune in to his own body. So here we get a reflex, and now I teach him, when you get a reflex in your body, find this connection, this connection. Good. Stimulus, open the front. That step, good. Yes. And the tool is just a way of creating a stimulus that the body starts to react a bit, and he starts to unconsciously go into the natural protection. And then you bring reference, say, what's going on here? I don't know, but it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And then how can we find the solution in that? So now I let him have a moment of real free time, and I want to be walking away from him.
And are you curious now to see if he's gonna come and try and engage again? Or you're just more seeing, okay, it's like reset brain break, and just everything's off now.
Yeah, and it's a bit that he did a few things. He came to a certain point of realization. He has a moment of real focus. We go through all the points in the body that held tension. He relaxed every one of them.
Yeah.
And then I say, okay, actually this is a point where we can take everything off and say, this is the goal.
Yes.
This is like the full circle of the management system you need to be confident within yourself.
Because I guess that's the difficult part, is knowing, okay, when have we gotten there and when is it enough?
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Because they are young.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know exactly what 6 months is comparable to a child, but if you're trying to do something with a 1-year-old, you can only do so much until they're also full.
Yeah. And they're all different depending on their sensitivity.
Yeah.
The horses that are generally more relaxed and calm are able to handle more because the cycle of energy in their body is not costing energy.
I was thinking about what you were saying before already, because I'm moving back already, so I'm inviting the...
Yeah, he's already testing. He's having a conversation with you and saying, how is this conversation going to go?
Yeah. So you kind of always have to be on it, and it's not just in your training, it's just whenever you're around them, you have to keep these things in mind. He's like, I'll go back to that one. That one's not doing anything.
Boy. And then I always then meet them in the middle, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like here is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not that you want to, you're just doing something to say, here is my energy.
Yeah.
And it should meet in the middle, in the space of conversation.
Good boy.
And because he's gotten, he's been treated so well, with so much kindness, he trusts things to a really high level.
Yeah.
One thing that is, if I'm allowed to...
Yeah, of course,
one
go
thing
ahead.
that's been fascinating me, and why do you touch... The girth is not a place that I would be feeling a foal naturally. Yeah. Why do you pick that place? Is there a big artery that you feel, or what do you feel?
No, just when I first worked in the box, the way he stood was very much back with the front and up with the head. Mm-hmm. So then I know already that there's over-contraction behind the shoulder. And that's going to limit when I want to start to open him up here. That's going to put his front legs a little bit in the ground.
He's locked in.
Yeah. So and as soon as you felt there, he was, of course, a little bit of contraction. So then just wait. He feels the contraction. He slowly starts to relax. I take it away. He's already learnt the process of how do I release tension in the body. But overall, Matt, he has a really nice demeanour.
Good.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what you thought his character was like.
He'd be a really nice character. And if you really give him the tools to be confident and wise within himself, he will be super keen.
Pulling the whole camera.
Say, look, he already wants to be a cameraman.
Yeah. I wonder why stallions have this, like, or colts have this like mouthiness. I don't know if it's like frustration from the hormones that just goes to the mouth because they don't have hands, or like what the reason is?
Just the natural progression of the physiology, and they have a lot of forward natural energy, so you're having this engagement of the front of the muscles, the energy goes down, and it's every step that the energy goes forward, it's triggering another part of the body to become active in contraction, and so...
And that ends in the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because it's like from day one, really.
Yeah, test and a feel and a discover, and yeah.
I always think he's in doubt whether you should tell him off, because he has no hands. He has nothing else to touch you other than the mouth. So you think, oh, okay.
For me, it's where is the body?
Yeah.
You know, and if the body's pushing over you, it'll become a problem.
Yeah. But if he's just exploring with his mouth, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that natural feeling, and
straight away bite. Friend comes in.
But you see the level of security in this one, because he comes in also without his mum, and he's got his mum here, so he can be really confident and naughty.
Yeah.
So here you can already do a little redirection here. We teach the movement just behind and across one time, and how does that make him feel then? Does he then change the interaction? The body was like this.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my body's triggering me to jump on him and bite him, and then he makes this, and then he feels different. So he thinks different, so he behaves different.
Yeah.
And so where the energy gets up here, and then a redirection. And because we've already taught him this step, so I'm not controlling them, I'm teaching them how to be in control of themselves. How do you change state? So now the interaction is different. Now he's like, oh, hang on, are you sniffing that? Oh, I want to sniff that too.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of not this,
I want to eat you.
I'm going to eat you and wrestle you.
Yeah.
But if they're feeling different, you know, then they think different and they behave different. So what's your plan now, you guys, with him? We've done this little session.
Good question.
We've been playing that ball around for quite some months now.
You have an idea, or because he's, of course, coming home to you at some stage.
I mean, you're doing, maybe you can say about what you're doing here, because you have your own little plan, and I think you can probably implement what we've seen today as well.
Yeah. What we've been doing already, and because you've already seen that, is that they are in 2 separate boxes overnight. Yeah. So he can't drink, but he can just be there next to his mom, and he's completely relaxed with that. We've taken him into the woods on a lead without his mom. He's completely relaxed with that too. But what I've learned over the years is that if you start separating the moms, you better have the children to play around with each other. Like children, when you bring them to the kindergarten, they are completely focused on each other and they kind of forget about the mom. So what we often do is we have the foals here, and we feed them, and we take one mom out, and she eats here, and then she starts eating there, and she moves further down to the
creating that gap
stable, and I just check whether the foals are irritated by that or excited. And as soon as you see that they've really stopped noticing it, actually, then it feels like this could be the moment that we start separating them.
I think that's a smart thing to do. That he is fully weaned here. Yeah. Before he makes the travel, because of course then he's making travel and a whole lot of experiences plus the weaning thing all at once. So if you can break that down.
So should we say he's ready when he can basically do what he needs to do here? Yeah. When he can fully be alone here and not stress and no screaming and no tension, then we know that he's ready.
We have to think about, of course, he's going to a new environment, to your place, and he has to take something with him that's familiar. Because of course the process of when he arrives at your place is that he's going to be externally just, focused on everything. It smells different, it's how many horses are here, what's going on, and he's going to be having this out-of-body experience. Yeah. And so if we can start to bring into the system a little bit the patterns here, of course. The self-management, the the feeling himself and feeling his body, then that's something you can do before, something he does before he goes in the trailer, something he will do when he arrives, so that he has something familiar. I'm in a new place, but I still feel myself, and I can have the same feeling and sensation of comfort within myself also in this new place. So you're sort of giving skills that he's going to be able to take with him. And the other important thing is, of course, when you bringing him to the new place and you going through the transport process, this is not like, you know, okay, we're going to do all the steps right, and then he's going to be like
perfect,
totally relaxed and chill, and oh, I've arrived, look at my colours.
Yeah.
You know, it's a challenge.
It's going to upset him anyway.
And it should be a bit of a challenge, but you also want to be able to, you know, giving the analogy of throwing him in the deep end, yes, he might splash and whatever, but if you've given him a floaty, something where he can feel his body, he knows a few strokes, he's going to be able to bring himself through it in a good way.
Yeah, and I think we can plan all we want, but we just have to allow him to feel how he does when he arrives, and try and then, through this, what we learned today, to bring him back to his body and to the relaxation. But I think what I don't want to do, because I can be quite a control freak, is then to manage everything that he has to feel this way, because that's also not fair. Because he just has to feel however he feels when he arrives, and then we have to deal with it then, and we have to work with it.
And you've got a framework to be able to help him. You can do something to say, oh, do you remember this? Like we did the little exercise now. You can see how such a little movement can change state. He's wanting to wrestle and bite and dominate the other one, and we just let him do this small step, and all of a sudden he changes the way he feels, so he changes the way he thinks, changes the way he behaves, and that will just affect the whole experience for him.
Exactly. And I think we'll just put him straight in the stable, have all the horses in, so it's not that he has to go in this giant field alone and touch the fence and get electrified and all the horses running and the stallion screaming. I think we'll keep it quiet, put him next to a quiet horse straight in the stable, practice these exercises maybe also in the stable, let him have a quiet night, and then the next day we'll try and find the right partner for him to go out straight away in the field.
And walk this beautiful path that you have, do some exercises on the path and bring him back to the stable.
My mind is already like, these paths are going to get ruined. Panic. Panic stations. No, but I think it will be good. I think it will be good. Yeah. And I mean, the purpose of today was never that we were going to have a horse that was, you can separate him from the mum. That wasn't the point of today. The point of today is where's the foundational work and what can we kind of carry on to get there.
In order to get
and
there.
I think we have that now.
Well, it's very interesting, and thank you very much, because there are a lot of foals to be weaned here. And there's a lot of work to be done.
Some new tools to be able to use. And the good thing is you guys are already thinking about it. That's half of the deal. You know, most people are going into just what was normal, what they always did, or what somebody tells them they should do. And then if you're thinking intelligently instead of just kind of intuitively, this kind of will work and we just do this and we don't know another way, then you're already going to be giving yours a better experience that he would have normally.
Without.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very glad I could lean on you and get some guidance, first with the 3-year-old and now with Enzo.
And lovely to see the project. I think it's right down my
well, you're going to be seeing him a lot more. You're going to be seeing a lot
Yeah.
more. So it's kind of very special that you got to see him from such an early age as well. Well, that was everything for today, guys. Thanks for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed catching up with Enzo, seeing his development. If any of you guys are interested in the TRT method, what Tristan came here to help us using his very own ways, then check out the link below. For now, that's it. I'm going to be saying goodbye from Malissa's beautiful place, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Bye.